Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Lean Publishing tip of the day, where I'm going to be talking about our book workshops and Ghost AI workshops, which I'm really excited to talk to you about. I believe I've done one of these before, but we've got some new events scheduled, and it may be something that people haven't heard about. So we'll be talking about it every once in a while here on the tip of the day videos. If you're watching the recording of this video, which is going to be most people, I recommend you jump ahead to the 2-minute mark. We just use the first 2 minutes to do a little bit of housekeeping and let people who might happen to see that we're live join. As always, there is a blog post accompanying these tips of the day. You can find it on our blog at leanpub.com/blog. The blog posts are great because they're sort of, easy, searchable, and, they'll have helpful links and stuff like that. And they add to the blog, of course. But if you really want to watch the video, and this video will, when it's recorded and live on YouTube, will actually be at the top of the blog post for you to find as well. But we highly recommend and ask that you watch these videos on our YouTube channel at Leanpub. If you do want to watch the recording later, please subscribe to our channel. Everyone who subscribes helps our authors get discovered. And if you're a Leanpub author, by subscribing, you might even help yourself get discovered by improving our presence on YouTube, etc. Of course, please like and follow us wherever you find us on social media. And if you'd like us to be on some channel that we're not on, that you like, please just reach out to us at hello@leanpub.com with suggestions for any social media channels that you'd like us to be on. Finally, also, if there's anything that you'd like me to talk about on these tips of the day, please just reach out. You can find me easily on social media. And you can email the team at hello@leanpub.com and say, hey, I'd love to have a tip of the day about this. The one I did yesterday was in response to an email from the day before. So we can try to be pretty responsive as well. So with all that said, we're approaching the 2-minute mark when we actually get going. So 3, 2, 1. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the 2-minute mark of today's Lean Publishing Tip of the Day video, where I'm going to be talking about our author workshops. We started doing Leanpub events a little while ago. They are easy to find. Let me just go to the Leanpub homepage here. Share this tab instead. Okay, here we are on the homepage. If you want to find Leanpub events, we're featuring them pretty prominently on the website right now. Basically, we want to host events. We want to host events where we sort of talk to you. We've got a lot of in-house knowledge and years of experience. And one of the things we realized is that we were hiding it. We were hiding it behind, our help center articles, which are, of course, public, and video explainer videos, and kind of, all, like, we've got over 1,000 articles, I think, on our help center now. Those are all in response to, like, work that we've done with authors and things we've seen and experienced over time online and stuff like that. But we have a lot of, basically, I mean, we both like to talk. I especially like to talk, and I like to talk to authors. I've done over 300, full length interviews on our podcast, and I've done, I'm approaching 200 launch videos with authors. So I like talking, and I like talking to authors. And so we decided that we might as well spend some time just talking to people and trying to meet people as well. When you write, a book, that can take a long time, and you end up in having kind of a relationship with your platform. And we hope to have that be a little bit more personal than you'll probably find on other platforms. So, we may know you from email. We may know you from, reporting issues on using our report issue feature, if you've done that with your book. Other kinds of ways to get to know us. You may have been on a launch video with me. You may have even been on a podcast. But we set up these events so that we can go live on Zoom with you and answer your questions, of course, and share our knowledge about Leanpub and about self-publishing and book publishing. So I think that these events, if you're if you've been on Leanpub, if you're new to Leanpub, if you've never self-published a book before, if you're an experienced self-publisher and you want to learn how Leanpub works, if you're kind of stuck in a project, stuff like that, you might learn something from us that helps get you going again. So I think that these workshops are a really great deal, are a really great thing to do. Currently, there are 2 kinds of workshops. There's one called just the book workshop, and there's one called the GhostAI Workshop, and I'm going to talk about both of those right now. So here we are on the book workshop page. The first thing you'll notice is that we prominently display the date and time of the next one. The next book workshop is on Tuesday, starting at 10 a.m. Pacific time. That's about 1 p.m. Eastern time in North America. And I believe that's about 6 p.m. London time. And then, as you go over into, Germany and other countries in Europe, it'll get a little bit later. If you're going west from the Pacific coast, you're going to get a little bit earlier. Um, but it's a 2-hour workshop. We've been iterating on the time. We started with 3-hour workshops. Those turned out to be just a little bit too long. Although we have enough stuff to talk about that we could talk about, all day if we had to. But we're trying the next sort of type of time block that we're trying is going to be 2 hours. They're pretty. It's obviously casual. You can attend, with your camera on or off. We recommend having it on because it's more personal, and we do want to get to know you a little bit. Um, but yeah, you can attend. That 2-hour workshop it'll be pretty, like, it won't be intense, but we'll go through a lot in 2 hours. And you should be, what we recommend that you go along with us as you're attending the book workshop, creating a book. Using the various features that we tell you about, showing you how to preview a book, how to publish a book. We'll walk you through the various writing modes. One of the interesting things about Leanpub is that because we do have a number of different writing modes, um, Leanpub can seem quite complicated, even though each actual individual writing mode is relatively straightforward and simple, and hopefully easy to use and well explained in our tutorials. But actually watching us go through it can actually really save you a lot of time and open up a lot of opportunities for you as an author, because you'll learn about features that you maybe wouldn't have learned about otherwise in the book workshop. Um, so basically, what we say here is that in a workshop, you'll leave with a real book project started. A book that you've created on Leanpub. With a title, which you can change, of course. You'll have made progress writing your first chapter, and you'll have a plan for what to do next. Um, One of the things that of course, we want to as many people as possible to attend. So they're free. You can attend these workshops for free. But we do also have paid tickets. The funny thing about these paid tickets is that they're actually discounts on 1-year memberships. So on a 1-year max, we've got pro and max author memberships. A 1-year max author membership is worth $349. If you buy a ticket to the book workshop, you for $179, you actually get that $349 1-year max author membership. So if you were thinking of getting an author membership, you buy this ticket. And hopefully you'll attend the workshop, but the ticket itself is a really great discount. The other thing that's really important is that we have Leanpub has author services of various kinds. Let me just go to the services tab here. So we have Translate AI. You can translate a book to another language for $79. So these are author services. We've got, you can turn your book into a course using Course AI. We've also got a publish on Amazon thing. If you've got a big budget for your book, if you've got more money than time to spend on your book when it's done, and you want to get your book into hardcover and paperback and on Kindle on Amazon, but you just don't want to have to learn any of that stuff, we'll actually take it on for you. That's another author service. We also have these cool marketing packages where you can get your book on something called the shelf on the homepage, and you can get a sponsored spot in our weekly and/or our monthly sale newsletters. So if you'll see here, for example, a 1-month spot on our homepage on the shelf, plus a weekly sale sponsored spot in the weekly sale newsletter, and a sponsored spot for your book in the monthly sale newsletter costs $179. So if you want to know when you buy this max ticket, not only will you get a $349 value out of the 1-year max author membership, but you'll also get a $349 service balance, which it basically lets you get $349 worth of those services. So you'll actually get, I think, doing my math, yeah, you can get two, no, almost two of those, monthly and weekly sponsored spots, for example, or you could get 2 weekly spots just using those service credit balances. So it's a really great value. There's also a $79 one where you get a 1-year pro author membership for which is normally worth $179. If you get the pro ticket, you just pay $79. You get the pro ticket to the workshop, and you get basically a discount on the membership. So that's actually a really great deal. So that's the book workshop. Let me talk next about the other kind of workshop that we're currently offering, which is our GhostAI Workshop. The GhostAI Workshop is also 2 hours. If you go to our homepage and you click on events and go to GhostAI Workshop, you'll find a page there. Yeah, I am sharing that page. Again, we display the time prominently near the top. The next one is scheduled for Tuesday, June 16th at 1 p.m. So it's the same day as the other one, as you'll notice, and just a couple hours later with a bit of a break. Um, uh, This one's at 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Pacific time, so it's about 4 p.m. Eastern. I think about 9 p.m. London time. So if you're in sort of the western part of Europe, it might not be too late for you. If you're a night owl, obviously it'll be just fine. We can if there's different times that you'd actually prefer that you're like, oh, I can't attend any of these, but there's something else. Please let us know. Email us at hello@leanpub.com or reach out on social media with suggested times. Um, we've got authors all around the world that we like to serve. So that's one of the reasons actually picking these times is kind of tricky. We want to please everyone. Um, but the Ghost AI workshop, so this is very cool. So we have a Ghost AI set of tools. One of the things that the people in the world of books are very excited about is the fact that basically using AI tools, you essentially have what professional authors have at their disposal, which is research assistants, essentially. An editorial team, blah blah blah. Obviously, this is AI, not a person, but it's incredibly powerful. There are things that machines are good at. Are incredibly good at, particularly using files on your computer and stuff like that. AIs are really good at conversations and stuff like that. So one of our Ghost AI skills is actually an interview thing. So it'll interview you about your book project and about yourself and ask you questions. That can be a really great kind of uh, way of kind of getting your creative juices flowing and thinking about things, just interacting with it. It's an AI, it's a machine, but that's actually a really great way of priming the pump of your imagination and your thoughts. Um, you can actually it can scan your files that you've got stored in association with your book and sort of help you out that way. And it can do a bunch of other things too. I mean, my favorite Ghost AI skill is the research skill. But there's other ones too where it can actually kind of like you can give it your writing so it can kind of learn your voice and stuff like that. It's a really great thing. The Yeah, and so what you'll do is you'll learn how to use Ghost AI. If you attend the workshop, again, we used to do it 3 hours. Now we're doing them in 2 hours because three seemed a little bit long. But two is going to be like we could talk about them for 6 hours. So two is not going to be intense, but there's going to be a lot in there to learn. I highly recommend if you're getting going on as a self-published author, if you've never published a book before, and if you wondered kind of in a sense what it would be like to have a team of assistants to help you write a book, definitely, and which, by the way, is something that a lot of professional authors do have. I highly recommend you check out our Ghost AI workshop. Um, yeah, it's a really cool new set of skills. And yeah, you'll learn how to set it up and you'll learn how to use it. I just kind of exaggerate enough how cool this is as a feature for any author. And that the sort of like we don't know where this is going to go, but it's going to be like where we work in association with authors, we watch what authors do, we listen to their recommendations, find their pain points, stuff like that. So if you want to attend our Ghost AI workshop, it's next Tuesday on June 16th. But if you're watching this video later, and there will be other events, we are going to continuing to hold these events going forward. And yeah, and so again, like I described with the book workshop, there's the tickets are it's free. Please attend for free if that's your preference. But there's the paid tickets are basically great deals with discounts on author memberships and Leanpub services, which are just awesome. You can also register for the full day, which is basically just register once and you get into both workshops, which is really great. Yeah, and so I guess I can stop sharing now because that is all I have to say about those two things. Again, you can find if you jumped in late and you're wondering what this video was about, you'll find it later today or tomorrow on our YouTube channel at Leanpub. You can find the blog post on our blog right now at leanpub.com/blog. Just before I go, I am thinking of adding to the book workshop and the Ghost AI workshop a book marketing workshop. This will probably be just me and not Peter. But I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm just thinking about how to arrange that. But if you're interested in a book marketing workshop, please, kind of note your interest on social media or email us at hello@leanpub.com. We'd love to know if there's actually interest out there for that. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching this video. Please like and subscribe and all of that. And if you have any suggestions for other things you'd like me to talk about, please just let me know. So thanks very much.